Alright, so the Smashing Machine, the big dramatic turn from Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson. It's got the A24 logo. It's got the serious trailer. It's got intense stares. And it's got many critics giving it 5-star ratings and calling his performance career defining. And yeah, technically speaking, they're not wrong, but let's take a breath. Just because The Rock finally stopped raising his eyebrow and punching a skyscraper doesn't mean we've witnessed the second coming of Raging Bull. The movie follows real-life MMA fighter Mark Kerr, a legend of the early UFC days as he battles addiction, fame, and his own inner demons. It's a biographical sports drama about the highs and lows of fighting both in and out of the ring. Emily Blunt plays his partner, Dawn Staples, and yes, she's the emotional anchor of the film. There's plenty of sweat, pain, rehab visits, and the slow motion fall and rise again arc we've seen in this genre since forever. So that's the plot. You've seen it a million times. So let's talk about the performances, because that's what's getting all the noise in this movie. Dwayne Johnson is good here. There's genuine effort. There's even vulnerability. And for once, he's not playing Mr. Invincible. He looks tired, broken, dare I say human. And for an actor who spent, 2 decades now flexing his muscles through CGI jungles and going up against a man who says the word family too much, that is a big deal. But here's the thing, calling it career defining as such, it feels like grading on a curve. Yes, is the best acting we've seen from him. I would argue by a country mile. But as I've already insinuated, considering the competition is the likes of Scorpion King, The Fast and the Furious, Skyscraper, Jungle Cruise, Jumanji, it's not exactly Mount Everest he's climbed here. Respectfully, it's more like reaching the top of a small hill after spending years walking around the base of the hill in circles. Do you know what this reminds me of? It reminds me of when everyone lost their minds for Lady Gaga in A Star Is Born. And equally, sure, she was good. I would actually argue she hasn't ever been good since, but that's a different story. But honestly, when I saw A Star Is Born, my reaction was, alright, the singer played a singer. That's not exactly a Daniel Day-Lewis level transformation now, is it? And it's the same deal here. The wrestler playing the fighter. It's not a giant leap of range. Let's not forget that before the 2 decades he spent punching CGI skyscrapers, he spent raising his eyebrow and laying the smacketh down on many people's candy asses. The great one. We all remember this. This isn't a big stretch. It's a role that lives very comfortably in his wheelhouse. Just stripped of the asymmetric formulaic blockbuster sheen that goes hand in hand with WWE. It's not that far removed from that. But with all that said, it is still nonetheless a refreshing kick to see Dwayne Johnson in a drama, playing a dramatic role. You can tell he wants this to be his Foxcatcher moment. The movie that finally earns him respect as a serious actor. And in moments, he actually does get close. There's a certain raw honesty in a few scenes that really works. I would argue that those are all the scenes which Emily Blunt is involved in, but we'll come on to her in a moment. But then equally, there are other scenes where you can feel the strain. And I don't mean the strain that his character's going through. I mean the strain of his acting range. Like he's acting vulnerable instead of being vulnerable. Emily Blunt, on the other hand, absolutely destroys every scene she's in. She gives the film its emotional pulse, grounded, layered, quietly devastating. You can really feel the strife that she's going through. Truth be told, speaking for myself at least, I felt more for her than I did for Kerr, which kind of undercuts not just the point of the movie, but undercuts the point of this is The Rock's coming out party. This is The Rock's movie. It's like, I would say no, not really. If we're grading performances, no. But here's where the Smashing Machine hits its ceiling. Because we've seen this story before, and we've seen it done better. The chaotic interpersonal relationships in Raging Bull. The grittiness of Warrior, the fight choreography of Rocky or Creed, the visceral dramatic tension in The Fighter, they all covered the same ground. Physical pain as a metaphor for emotional destruction, but each of those films found something distinct, an identity. The Smashing Machine, it feels like a cover song, completely played, beautifully shot, emotionally sincere, but ultimately, oh, so familiar. It doesn't land that knockout punch, at least that the marketing promised us. There's no scene that'll be remembered in 10 years. There's no Robert De Niro punching the wall screaming, why? There's no Dickie Eklund jumping out of a 2-story building after having smoked a crack pipe. There's no Rocky Balboa screaming, Adrian! It's just not here. There's no quote that'll echo through sports movie history. This movie just exists. As a movie, it's very solid. It's a very well made, good movie. A fun time. One that unfortunately I don't think you'll remember. So, with all that said, not bad, certainly not. Overhyped to the max. Where does it land? Let's bring some balance to the force. I think this is kind of 6 out of 10 territory. That's where I'm leaning with the Smashing Machine. And I get it. Dwayne Johnson fans are loving this. Finally, they can say. See, he can act. And fair enough. This is a legitimate performance, not a vanity project. But let's all calm down before we start engraving his proverbial Oscar. The Smashing Machine is good, not great. It's a solid drama with a committed central performance and an excellent supporting turn from Emily Blunt. But it's also a film that mistakes effort for elevation. Just because The Rock has started crying doesn't mean the movie is profound. So yeah, props where they're due. It's a step in the right direction for him. But in the grand pantheon of fighter dramas, it's a mid-tier entry at best that'll be remembered primarily as the one where Dwayne Johnson finally acted. And I think that's all that's going to be remembered for, really. But those are my honest thoughts on it. Where do you guys stand? Have you seen The Smashing Machine? Have you bought into the hype? Do you agree that it's a 5-star knockout, that it's performance of the year, that The Rock's gonna not only be nominated but win an Oscar? Like, let me know what you guys think. I'm far off from that if that's what you think. But hey, if you appreciated this movie more than I did, that's awesome, man. No hate, all love. Long love cinema. That's the aim of the channel, right? So leave your thoughts in your comments below. If you've liked this video, before leaving, please do consider hitting the like button, hit the subscribe so you always get, and hit the notification bell so you always get notified whenever a new video is coming out. There should be another video for you to watch right over here, and a subscribe button for you guys to hit right up here. So please go ahead and do all that, and I will see you guys actually tomorrow for a short on the channel. We're going to be blind ranking Dwayne Johnson movies, so be on the lookout for that, and I'll see you guys all tomorrow with AJ. Long love cinema. Bye for now.